Hi Libra, this is going to be your reading for the end of December. It's good primarily for Sun, Rising Moon, Venus, or Mercury placement of Libra and tropical astrology, but it could resonate anywhere where you have Libra in your tropical chart. It is a general reading though, it's not a personal reading, so it might not hit it for everyone that watches. If this doesn't resonate, Libra, try watching readings on this channel for any other part of your chart. You can find messages that you need there and other readings instead. If you want to book a private reading with me, the link to my website's down in the description below this video. If you're new, hi, my name is Carrie Lee. I've been reading tarot for about 28 years, but I've only been on YouTube for a couple of years. I thought I'd reintroduce myself to my new subscribers. I've been noticing my subscriber count going up, so if you're new or if you're returning, welcome. Subscribe and hit the bell so you know when I read for your sign. Right now it's Soma Chandra, Libra. Libra, this is a Celtic cross. You can apply it to any part of your life. If you're looking specifically for a love reading, hey, guess what? I created a channel just for you. It's called Soma Chandra Libra. You have a love message up over there on my other channel, Soma Chandra Libra, as well. I do love messages on that channel for you and Sagittarius every 4 days. But of course I read for you here too. Can't get enough of my Libras. All right, so check it out. They want me to start with the tarot. I usually start with the oracle cards. And your guide said, no, they want tarot first and then give them the oracle cards of advice at the end. I was like, okay, I'll switch it up. I'll do what they want. So the overall reason for the reading right now, Libra, is the Ace of Pentacles. But the challenge is the Queen of Wands in reverse. This looks like maybe life path. I mean, the Ace of Pentacles is a new opportunity being handed to you. It is a seed that if you plant it can manifest into the abundance. But here's the problem. You guys might be having a hard time believing you've got what it takes. The Queen of Wands is a woman or a man that creates this very passionate, exciting environment. I mean, she's wearing a red dress usually. She looks like a badass. She has a shadow side and she knows it. Your shadow side might be getting the better of you right now. When the Queen of Wands comes in reverse, you're otherwise a very fun, passionate, alpha leader kind of person that inspires others, but you might not be feeling like you can do that right now. Despite this opportunity being handed to you, you might not want to take a leadership role in something. You may be experiencing a disinterest in a new opportunity, or maybe we've just got a fire sign in the way. This is maybe a jealous person or a fiery person that could be blocking you, and that's the problem. But I see this as needing to work on having a more strongly defined sense of self and believing in yourself. You may just be feeling a little introverted when you're otherwise very inspiring. That's okay. Maybe you're an outgoing introvert, and that's difficult for you to see yourself taking an opportunity. Either that or you've got someone handing you an opportunity and you don't like it. But what's driving you right now is the Page of Cups in reverse and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. These guys flew into the reverse. Libra, you're feeling vulnerable in a situation and you might be going in circles. Watch out for being immature or insecure. I only recommend tarot for people 18 to 21 and older. You are not a child anymore. You may need to do some inner child work though. If you were expecting an apology of some kind from someone, you're not going to get it. They're stubborn. You need to know that. But I feel like you might be really overworked right now. I can also see that you're pissed off and worried about something. You're thinking a lot about crisis and pain. You may feel like you're hanging in there. You may feel stuck. Do not expect perfection out of yourself right now, Libra. Watch out for being overworked and undervalued. I can see that you're feeling insecure in some way. You may be expecting to hear something from an earth sign or a water sign or both. That might not be happening. I just feel like you're feeling vulnerable and kind of going in circles and stuck. In the recent past and deep within, I see a lacking mindset for you. Some of you are just waiting for a return on some kind of an investment. You may be struggling financially at this time. You're feeling maybe kind of left out in the cold. This may stem from the past and a self-esteem issue of some kind. Waiting, just feeling kind of worried, possibly about money. It's like you are going to break even. You may also be wondering how much longer you should continue to wait for a payout of some kind in any situation in your life, a relationship or otherwise. It's like, oh, some of you are thinking about retiring. The Seven of Pentacles can be a card of retirement as well. You might feel like you can't. You might be worried about your time, money, finances, and resources. I think you're going to handle that well if you're worried about money, because we go from this five, oh my God, I'm afraid to ask for help. I'm barely making ends meet, or feeling spiritually impoverished. You're going to hold back. What you're thinking about all the time is the Four of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords. Well, I can definitely see that some of you are really worried about money right now. You may also be imagining crisis and worst case scenarios, because this is what you're thinking about. Watch out for not being able to let go of a painful story from your past. It's always darkest before the dawn. If you can release what you don't need, Libra, physically or emotionally, you will begin to heal. But some of you are hanging on to a fear. I feel like you're imagining a worst case scenario. Now that might not mean that you're crazy. This is something you're clearly worried about. Someone may be going through a health crisis. This could have to, I just heard something about a deductible for something that's happened that's a crisis, and you're like, God damn, I don't want to pay that. That might be happening for you too. But watch out for telling yourself fear stories. Ask yourself, is it a real fear or an imagined fear that I'm thinking about? Continue to work on a healing process. If you are in an emotional or physical crisis, you don't have a lot to give at this time, I can see. You will take a conservative approach financially. Your action this week is the Five of Swords and the Nine of Wands. I was like, whoa. Now I see one person here ready for battle, and the other person here is like, I don't even have a sword at this. Shit, I've lost my shirt. You have weapons, I don't. You may have someone around you that wants to fight in some way. They don't care about feelings. And you're like, I'm just trying to make it back to base camp. This could be two opposing forces here. You'll know which one you are when the time comes. But I also can interpret this a different way. If this is all your action, you're like, I'll fight for what's important to me. I will take what is mine. I'm willing to fight, and I'm not giving up. I might have a concussion. I might have lost my clothes, but I'm not giving up. I'll hang in there. This may be a week of some frustration and anger. You may feel like you have to fight through life. It looks like life is going to be a battlefield at the end of the month. But then it kind of turns around a little bit, because the way you see yourself is the Three of Cups and Ten of Cups. Some of you have a really good support system right now, despite some other stuff that you might be going through, like with money and imagining worst case scenarios and feeling stuck and vulnerable and maybe mad about something. Others of you see yourself as having a really lovely circle of friends and a beautiful family. Now, this is general. I know all of you don't feel that way, but you see yourself as being part of something like this. This is the fifth house and the third house. 11th house maybe too, surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals, maybe going to some parties, you have good friends, you are focused on intimate partnerships, you want harmony and creativity and collaboration. Of course you see yourself this way. You are Libra. I love the balance and the happiness. You may feel somewhat social. Now this could be a person around you that just doesn't like that. That's their problem, not yours. I think you are also very rooted right now in family, maybe where you grew up, who you grew up with, because sometimes the Three of Cups could be family reunions and friends. Maybe recalling that a lot right now. Some of you have some kind of an opportunity coming in, but you feel stuck. You're pissed and mad, and maybe you don't want to, maybe you want to take this new opportunity, but you're thinking about not, because you're worried it will hurt family. You're worried about what it'll cost. Maybe you like where you live. Here's what you need to know. Hidden factors that you're not aware of. The Tower of Scorpio, the Magician. Magician for me is Aries, Virgo, or Gemini, and the Six of Wands. Libra, I get the sense that if you take this opportunity, will it cause major change in your life? Yes, it will. Maybe even an upheaval. It's like if you suddenly allow for a shift, it could give you an opportunity to really prove your personal power and have success. Believe that you are capable of manifesting success and public recognition into your life. You may get like some kind of a great job opportunity. You may be mad about it too, like too little, too late. Yeah, or it's like you may continue to fight through a situation, but what you need to know is there's a situation around you where you could manifest recognition and success, but it may require a lot of change. This could also be someone around you, a younger person in particular with the magician, suddenly manifesting a major change that will bring them success. You may or may not like this. This person may be a little up on their high horse at time and be calculated as well. They may drop bombs on you from time to time too, which is why you're pissed. I just heard that message. The way you're going to be feeling is the moon and the Six of Swords. Last time I read for you here on this channel, the moon came out. I'm not necessarily seeing this as a gloominess. You may be kind of emotional. You may be feeling very dreamy right now. Getting in touch with your lower emotions, your subconscious emotions, your instincts. You may be somewhat of a night owl this week as well. And the Six of Swords, I think you're going to be feeling okay. It's weird. It's like the action you are going to show us or that will come towards you is like, whoa, it's kind of a bit much. It might make you a bit moody, but you don't feel like you want to fight. Fighting through something may be difficult for you. You will feel like you're moving towards transition, but then your final outcome is the Three of Wands and the Two of Pentacles, Seven of Wands. I think you feel like, some of you kind of feel like the odds are stacked against you this week. You may be challenged in some way. You may have to stand up for your beliefs. You may have some kind of a choice to make. You might be very busy, may not really be sure what to do. Some of you just have to pick the route that you're going to travel this week and you're not really sure. Some of you want to go somewhere far away. You're waiting for something. What dreams may come? What's the practical choice? I don't necessarily see the Five of Swords as anything bad here. It's like, well, they're not going to give up without a fight. Yeah, you may have a fight coming towards you, but I like that you have stability. Watch out for limiting beliefs about yourself and fear mentality at this point. Okay, Libra? Here is your advice. Obstacles, unhealed wounds are blocking you from forward movement. That could be a true physical wound that blocks you from forward movement or an emotional wound. But intuition, you already know the answer you seek. Trust. It's safe for you to trust a situation. There is a situation coming towards you that you want an answer for. Spirit's saying, you don't need us. You don't need anyone. You need yourself. Your intuition is already telling you the truth. And it's safe for you to trust your intuition in this situation, okay? But you may just have obstacles of unhealed wounds that'll keep you from moving forward. What came out of the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck for you is the Time Master in reverse and the Seven of Cups in reverse, and also Coyote. Some of you have been given a divine detour. The Coyote is the divine trickster. She doesn't mean to come in and fuck up your life, but she's put you on a detour for a reason. The detour will take you to where you're supposed to go. So if things aren't going the way you want them to right now, it's for a reason, and Coyote is reminding you of that. Do not live in a fantasy and an illusion. It's time for you to narrow down choices and pick a path. You don't have the choices that you think you do, but you do have more time than you think you do. When the Time Master comes in reverse, we want to control time. We also desperately want to see the future. And we're almost afraid to pick a path or make a decision before we know the future. As a fortune teller, I'm going to tell you a little secret. The future is not always meant to be known. It is definitely meant to be created. You have more time than you think you do, Libra, if you learn to master your time, okay? You have all the time in the world when you learn to master your time and stay in your present moment. And they want you to not be so concerned about the future. Just pick the path that's right for you. Don't live in a fantasy overwhelming yourself. Make a practical choice. It may be as long as 2 years before you actually reach a specific goal, because the Pentacles are the slowest. If you don't like that timeline, you might want to accelerate it more quickly. Trust the detour at this time. You have a mountain to climb. At this time, there are obstacles, but you're learning lessons. Ponder your accomplishments and what you want to accomplish more. Right now, the end of the month, you're meant to be going through emotional and physical cleansing and bringing in new ideas, and make the best of your current timing. Okay, you will need some solitude. At the end of winter or beginning of spring will be a very lucky time for you. In the meantime, ponder what you want and be flexible. Everything is happening for a reason, and there are many options out there. Perfection is an illusion. Okay, you can move forward even while going against the grain. Don't be too picky right now, or it will divert you from your destination. Just be sure you know what you want, okay? Ponder what you truly want. If you've had any rejection, don't review it as negative or view it as negative. Any rejection has been meant for your protection, and you're going in a direction where there will be an optimal turn of events. But right now, you just have to be flexible. Don't be too picky or rigid. Watch out for that. You are going to be very engaged this week. Living is doing in story time. You didn't choose your history. How do your past hurts inform who you are today? How have they affected the choices you've made? Notice the stories your mind creates to explain who you are. Are you using your past? When you're open to yourself, Libra, what stories are you telling yourself? Are you telling yourself stories of being a victim or of being a hero in your own life? How are your past hurts defining who you are right now? They want you to ask yourself this question. This is actually a deck of flashcards that ACT therapists use and that I use sometimes in my coaching and counseling. How are the stories you're telling affecting the choices you've made in the past and the choices you're making in the present moment? Okay, notice the stories your mind creates. They might just be pissing you off. Also, be engaged. Living is doing. Pick one small action you could do today that takes you closer to the life that you want to live. Put down this card and go do it. Yeah, put down the card and go do it, Libra. One step at a time. Think about the stories that you're telling yourself and just do one thing towards the future. That's a self-coaching technique right there, to be engaged in your present moment. What are you willing to do? Just do one thing, okay? And it might be time to stop making excuses too. You might not want to hear that, but something is preventing forward motion. Work through what you can. Don't be too stubborn and fight for what you want. There could be a victory right around the corner for you, and lean on your family. Yeah. All right, Libra, that's your reading for the end of December on this channel. I hope it resonates, and if it does, I hope it helps. Check out my other channel, Somachandra Libra, for specifically for love messages, and the link to my website's down in the description below this video for other services. I'm always listening to the universe for you, Libra. Take care. I love you, and I'll see you next time.